Hello, in this video we are going to look at current mirrors. Now before we look at current mirrors, we need to understand why current mirrors are very important. If we have a current source, we know the current source is expected to give us a constant current, but then we also know that the current source would have to be made using transistors, as we have seen in earlier videos in the playlist, especially the cascode BJT videos. So if I have a transistor to behave as a current source, I know the conditions. The transistor should be in the forward active mode. Also, the transistor has to be biased. Now, assuming I decided to use the resistive biasing method, resistive divider biasing method, to bias this transistor R1, R2 to behave as a current source, then what will be the value of the current IC going through the transistor? IC is going to be IS exponential the voltage, which is going to be R2 over R1 plus R2, that's voltage divider, times VCC. So all this expression replaces the VBE, all divided by the thermal voltage, which is 26 millivolt at room temperature. Okay, but what if all of a sudden the device is not operating at room temperature? Most electronic devices heat up as they operate for a long time, so we cannot guarantee room temperature. We cannot guarantee the value of VT to be 26 millivolts, and that means that our collector current will no longer be constant. Okay, what about the values of the variables inside IS? We have the area of the emitter, diffusion constant, Q, and the concentration. Now this component here also depends on temperature, so that means as the operating temperature changes, the constant current we expect from our current source might also change. So our current source might be operating at a temperature, then within some operating temperature the current will drop or raise, so that is not ideal. Also, the VCC, assuming the VCC is the battery from our mobile device, when it's fully charged, let's assume the voltage is 3.7, then after it loses some charge to 70, 50, 40%, the voltage might drop to 3.4 volts, which means that the value of VBE calculated would also not be consistent. So all these are issues with the biasing of current source. So we are going to look at how to try and solve some of these issues. But before we look at it, we will keep this video short and get another video. Thank you.